Good morning, day 60. Today's a big day. I'm leaving Uncle Johnny's hostel and I'm getting a ride to Beauty Spot Gap. But today I'm going to hike northbound for over 17 miles. I'm not taking my full pack. I'll be slack packing. I have a shuttle driver taking my pack contents that I'm not carrying to a place called the Refuge, and I'm a little nervous about 17 miles. It's before 6 a.m. and I'm getting picked up at 6:30.
Wow, truck.
G-Man, who shuttled me several days ago, gave me a ride here today. Well, it is 7:10 a.m. but I have arranged for a shuttle driver to pick me up between 7 and 8 p.m. because I assume that this hike will take me 12 to 13 hours since it's 17 miles. I don't actually know all the details of this hike because this section includes a reroute that is 5.5 or 6 miles long due to damage from Hurricane Helene. The number of trees that are down is so extensive that they currently have work crews in there removing the timber, and hikers are not allowed on the usual Appalachian Trail. Trillium. It's windy out here today. Yesterday, this pole became separated, this part from this part. I actually found super glue at Uncle Johnny's and made a big mess on my fingers this morning. But my pole is sticking together. This climb up Unaka Mountain is steady and not very steep, which is nice. A report on my carpal tunnel test with my poles. Well, the past 2 days I have barely used my poles, and my hand numbness when I woke up in the morning was barely anything. I'm in the thick of some evergreen destruction here. And the amount of trail work, wow, that had to happen. I am so grateful to all the people who put in countless hours of work getting this open. It's 9:30. I've been going downhill for a long time, and it's 72 degrees, and I'm already sweating. I'm sweating going downhill. Another area with a lot of Helene damage and rebuilt trail, considering the new terrain. Pretty sure this is another one of those places where there's a view, and there didn't used to be one. This whole hillside is downed trees. I'm very close to where the detour is around Iron Mountain Gap, so it makes sense that I'm seeing a lot of downed trees. This must be new. Oh, here it is. Appalachian Trail reroute. I'm going to read these instructions. Okay, so it says that the detour is about 6 miles, but if I didn't have to take the detour and I just hike straight through, it would be 5.3. So let's just say that adds 0.7. Far out says that from Beauty Spot Gap to Hughes Gap is 17.4, so that makes my hike today 18.1. It could be a little less. It's approximately 6 miles, the detour, but gulp. So when I get to the other end of the detour and I'm back on the AT, I'll be able to look and see the elevation ups and downs that I still have and how many miles and see what time it is. And I'll have an idea how I'm doing for getting my shuttle to the hostel. So the first small stretch of trail, I think about a half mile, is actually trail on this detour. They've used these plastic white blazes. Here's the water source. I also dunked my buff and my bandana in that water to help cool me off. I figured I should document this. So this is KT tape, and I usually tape this for my tendon. This is my new hotspot today, back here. Possibly because my shoe is wearing out back here. And then I had a little bit of a hotspot at the end of the day yesterday here. So I just decided to tape it today, but it means that I have a chance to swap out my socks for dry ones after about 4 miles and 3 hours. So now I'm on this Forest Service road, and I think I'm on roads for a while. This detour is so well marked. On the tree are 2 plastic blazes. That indicates a right turn right there. And then I look down the road and I can actually see the next blaze. Y'all, this road is so much down. It just makes me dread the uphill that will come after. There are sections that are so steep that the steps that they built are very close together. So steep. I'm assuming I will need to go slower than 1 mile an hour for parts of that. So I am attempting to walk pretty quickly on this downhill. At the hairpin turn in this road, here are the stumps that Magellan told me about for seats. I'm just going to take a seat for a couple of minutes because road walking is a different kind of hard. I'm really looking forward to getting back on the trail, even if the trail sucks. So I am going left here, and I just have to walk a little way on this bigger road, and then the trail turns into the woods. So this is what I just came out of. I was on Unaka Mountain Road in the Cherokee Wildlife Management Area, and that's the trail. This is a brand new temporary trail, and I understand I should not have high expectations of the quality of this trail. But a lot of thru hikers have come before me this season to pack down the dirt. These are the steps I'm assuming my friend Greg helped to build since this trail was put in place. So initially there were no steps here, and the trail is fairly muddy and slippery. So it's really nice just to be able to step from log to log. I know it's really hard to see how steep it is, but that's where I came up. I'm just taking a break to catch my breath. And it's steps as far as I can see. I'm going on the record to say thank goodness for those stairs. People who came through here early in the thru hiking season did not have those, and it was just very steep, slippery dirt, mud. Thank you, Tennessee Eastman. So I just checked the map. The elevation where I am right now is 3,000 feet, and the elevation of where this detour trail meets back up with the official AT is 4,094 feet. It's definitely steep, but it's really manageable. So it's just slow going. I'm holding my phone level in front of me. I have to tilt it up to see the trail. I don't know if you can see the white blaze on the tree in the distance over there. It's pretty steep and hard to capture. Because my friend Betty took me to the grocery store a few days ago, I bought lots of good stuff, including this naked drink that I had with my turkey, avocado, and pickle sandwich this morning for breakfast, along with some fresh blueberries. So good to start the day. This section is so steep that it is bothering my knee, so I got out my very annoying knee brace in hopes that it will help a little bit. Okay, 35 minutes of steep up, and look at this little reprieve. It's just this gentle up, and I think that the trail goes back down after this, which means I have to go back up again. Woohoo! More steps, but they're down this time. A brief road walk again. It's 12:30 now. So the section that I just did from when I ended the road walk and entered the trail that was really steep, that took me an hour, and it was definitely not a mile. It was shorter than a mile, for sure. So here goes some more. Who's coming? It's Magellan and Badger. Oh my God, I'm so excited! Yay! So there goes Badger and Magellan, and that was so fun to see them. I did not think I would get to cross paths with them today. And I happened to be standing at Chicken of the Woods. Look at that mushroom. That is edible. I'm going to leave it, but I have eaten Chicken of the Woods before, and it is delicious. So I got the scoop from them that the section after this forest road ends, where it then hooks back up to the AT and the end of the detour, that there is nearly a half a mile of pretty steep along this Forest Service road detour. There are a lot of root balls right here. I had to sit down before tackling the stairs and the steeper terrain. So I'm sitting on one of the log steps. I just filtered a liter of water, and I'm pretty tired. I feel good and capable of hiking a lot more hours, which is good because I have to. It is 1:30 something. I have a lot more hiking to do. Far Out says I am back on the usual AT. Let's see if we see some regular white blazes going this way. It's just so cool. I'm on a side trail to get water, and there are these cool benches here. So it's 2:15. I've hiked 10 miles. So that took me 7 hours. I just got water. So I have 8.1 miles remaining and about 1,800 feet of up. And I told my shuttle driver that I would need a ride between 7 and 8 p.m. I'm going to let her know 8 p.m. is the way to go. So, but I decided that I really have to sit down and take a proper break. I took my pack off. I'm sitting on these benches I showed on the way to the water, and I have an actual banana. So hopefully I will feel renewed after this little break. This rock formation looks similar to Dragon's Tooth in Virginia. I mean, this is like a teeny tiny thing in comparison. I guess you do what you gotta do when this much destruction comes through. I keep thinking about chiggers and wondering if they're in the grass, but I don't want to wear my pants because it's just too hot. Though it's turned out to be nice and overcast. That is definitely helping. I have gotten used to this destruction, and it's no longer shocking to me, but is definitely still really remarkable. One of my shoes has a situation in there. This deterioration is new. I think I'm gonna have to put duct tape in there. I just realized I don't have my duct tape with me because I'm just doing a day hike. I have this piece of reflective tape. I'm gonna see if this might help my shoe. The inside of my shoe is now reflective. I didn't really feel like this one was that much of a bother. So I'm gonna see if this holds up. I just want to say, these volunteer trail crews are amazing. Look at this. I filled in this hole. "15.5 miles into my day, and there's finally a rhododendron tunnel. It's nice and cool in here. I think this is the first time all day that there's been a really nice view. You know, one of these sweeping mountain views. I'm at about the 16-mile mark. Another example of really cool and impressive trail construction that there's just been so much. I do not know the reason for this artistry here. Well, I hiked 18.1 miles. I'm at the Refuge Hostel, and I got a ride from Cindy, a shuttle driver from Mtn Gap here. It's really pretty. There are 3 other hikers here, and they're all in bed because it's 8:43, and this is a common time when hikers are in bed. So I'm still like in wet clothes, and I did choose a bed and put a few things in there, and I'm just sort of scoping out the situation inside. I'm going to take a shower. I've got something from her like food area. I got this like protein drink, chocolate protein drink, just so I could have some food that's not the same snack food I've been eating all day, but I don't have to prepare anything. I'm super duper tired, but nothing especially hurts on my body. I'm a little, creaky, but I feel pretty good. So I'm looking forward to a really great night of sleep.